From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. I say ain't nothing but my grind on my mind. See, we started with nothing, then we climb, then we gonna keep bucking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I say ain't nothing but my grind on my mind. See, we started with nothing, then we climb, then we gonna keep bucking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I said it's getting hotter out that flame I came. They try to stop me, straight up block me through that pain I've gained. A newer way, pursue my rays. Look, I don't cry no more. I just load up my mind and let my grind go show. Cause I'm locked in every single day. I'm locked in, focused all the way, man. I'm locked in. From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. Okay. Let's play. Sorry, ain't no conforming. They'll know when I come for them. They don't know what I'm forming. They get low while I'm soaring. Ain't nothing about abnormal. No, he abnormal. Bad for you, ask for who doubts I shout. I'm asked for you. No debate, I flow grade 8. Luckily, they with me now. Sit back, watch a procreate. I spit raps that'll go through pace. Stay focused on your biz and don't you ever focus. Stay focused on your biz and don't you ever focus. I'm locked in every single day. I be locked in, focused all the way, man. I'm locked in. From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. Okay. Let's play.
What's good? Welcome back to another episode of Sip to Tally Films. I appreciate y'all for coming through. We're going to just talk about some of the little things that popped off yesterday from a numbers perspective, from different things I saw. Just, a day to sit and mull into what has transpired and what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens at this point. Disappointing yesterday. Like, I didn't expect to win, but when anytime somebody give you a chance, you got to take advantage of it. And the Rams definitely gave us a chance to win yesterday. So I'm disappointed at the way we looked. There are some good in the tape that I've watched so far, and you can see that from my 2 videos about Outside Zone. I haven't watched it fully yet. I'm going to start that probably once I get off here and in the process of watching my boy Mike Penix. And I may even go live on the second channel to watch Mike Penix and do like a little watch party with that. Maybe like the first half or something like that. I'm thinking about it, depending on how I feel when I get off of this one. But it's crazy what has transpired over the past 2 or 3 weeks. We were at the bye week, and where do we go from here? So again, I got some numbers I'm gonna throw at you guys. Some numbers that you can find easily, some numbers that you can't find because I got a little plug. But that's what we're gonna do, man. And then we'll see how long this takes us and how it gets us to up to the 7 o'clock hour. So first off, let me go through and send some shout outs. Let me do that. Let me scroll back up. You guys were having a conversation before I even got up in there. Notorious Raven says, Coach, I know you heard that Bozo Harbs just now in that baloney presser. He's praying for his job. Fire that man ASAP. So what's up, Notorious? That press conference, I didn't even pull anything from that press conference because I feel like he was just BS. A lot of it was just BS. I think a lot of it was just BS. What's up, Brandy? Says he's team keep Harbs. This is sarcasm at the highest, people. This is sarcasm at the highest level of sarcasm. What up, K Beezy? Marcus, what's good? See who else we got. D Wiz, appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate it. Ashley's in here. Appreciate you, Ashley, for coming through. Easy G, appreciate it. Cam, what's good? Daniel Berry, I hadn't seen you in a minute, Daniel. Been missing shows, Daniel. What up, Nitro? What's good? Hey, actually, I wasn't able to check out the morning show this morning because I actually had to work while the kids wasn't at work. So that was crazy. My stuff wasn't acting right, so I actually had to do some work while the kids wasn't at work. So I wasn't able to, well, wasn't at school. I mean, I wasn't able to pop in to the morning show. Appreciate you for coming through. What up, Big Reg? Ori, appreciate it. Dre from Hawaii, appreciate you, Dre. Chaos, T-Pain. What's this? TGIF 711. Who else we got? Chris, what's good, Chris? Chris don't miss streams. Everybody be like Chris. She don't miss streams at all. Let's see. We got Ori. We got Urban Clothes. Appreciate you. With the end of the stream, the beat that you hear at the end of this stream will be Urban Closer. So just make sure you check that out. What up? Horace Taurus, appreciate you. Mike M. Can't Guard, ISO, Zeke, Kogan. Let's see. Reedy's, Paradox Will, Jeff. What's good, Jeff? I hadn't seen you in a while, Jeff. Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate it. M Buckets. Let's see who else we got. See who else I missed. Tila M. Appreciate it. The originator of the term sippers. I ain't got nothing to sip on. God dog, what I'm tripping. And the boss laid out there busy. Golly, ain't got nothing to sip on. I'm neglecting the thing. I'm neglecting it. So I'm gonna give y'all this little background situation right here. So obviously I didn't stream the game yesterday, and I was kind of, what up, DDSQ? What's good? And I, wasn't able to stream, and Chris said I can't miss streams, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a little insight into my life, what we did this weekend, and I was able to. All right, cut it out. I am not putting that picture up there. Cut it out. So let me get this up here real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of how I'm going to tell you, I was privileged enough to be an honorary captain for my high school's homecoming. Been out of school 30 years, so my whole class would have been honorary captains. Some of us obviously didn't make it to this year. They passed. Some guys wasn't able to make it to town. So out of I think it was 13 or 14 of us, only 3 of us were there. But I want to show you like how hype stuff gets for our homecoming back home. So I was able to walk out with the team, and it got kind of spicy a little bit. Let me see which one I got. Hold on. See which one I got up. All right, that's one of them. But let me show you. Let me show you. I'm probably just gonna show you this one. All right, so it's a little snippet. This is high school now. This ain't college. JUCO, this how we get turned up for high school. And that grade went so hard. But anyway, that's how we get down in the great state of Mississippi. Even though it was some bull job that happened throughout the state, it didn't happen with us. And not shout out, but prayers up to all the people that were affected by the other bull jive that happened throughout the state, because that was some utter nonsense for what went on. If you heard about it, you heard about it. But let's kind of dig into what we're here for. Let me get my other stuff back up there. And let's get into it, man. So that's why you didn't get a show yesterday during the live, like during the game, but I made it home maybe an hour or two after the game. So that's why you got the call-in show. But let's get started with what we came here for. So this is kind of where we stand as of now in the draft position. I'll make this one bigger. And when I get to the video, I'll make it smaller. This is where we stand as of right now in draft position, which is crazy. Crazy. Right now we sit at the number 2 pick. We sit at the number 2 pick. and it's crazy because a lot of people like the fact that we're here right now, and they're saying like tank and keep that. The competitor in me just can't do that. The competitor in me just can't say tank for the season and try to get the best draft pick possible. Now that may be what's best for the organization, but the competitor in me says no. I just can't do it. We are a 1-5 team. We are terrible, like horrible. So it's I can't do it. See, I always say tank. So let's do this. So if you side with Taurus, put a 1 in the comment section. If you want us to tank, put a 1 in the comment section. If you want us to compete and try to go do something this year, put a 2. That's how we'll do this. I'm going 2 because I tanking just I can't do it. I mean, I got to put in all this hard work all these weeks just to lose on purpose. Man, please, I can't do it. I got to watch all this film. I got to grade all this film. I got to go to all these practices. I got to travel to all these games just to want to lose. Heck no, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's about 1.5. Now, what Reg said. Now, Reg, this is different. If you playing hard and losing, understandable. If you're playing hard losing, understandable. But to lose on purpose, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just in my nature. But let's keep rolling. I see y'all comments. I see them. Stats with Lamar Jackson and without. 65 and 26 with Lamar since he became the starter. Almost 30 points a game. Without Lamar, 4 and 10, 16 points a game. And I saw something somewhere. If you just take this season with Lamar, we're averaging about 34 points a game or 31 or something like that. Without Lamar, we're averaging 6, if I'm not mistaken. Like 6.7 or something like that. This is utterly ridiculous. We beat them people on paper yesterday. We had 15 more minutes of time possession. We scored 3 funky points. 6.5. Appreciate you, Nitro. We scored 6 funky points. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be 7. I don't know how many I counted just then. 6 funky points. Well, 3 funky points. I'm sorry. I counted too far. I was counting the 6.5. I was trying to count the 6.5. I'm tripping. But without Lamar, Lamar is, like I said last week, Lamar is not only the engine. He's the engine, the wheels, the tires, the motor is the engine, the lights. All the rest of the Ravens are the frame. Lamar is everything else. He is everything else. And Joseph, I agree 100% with you. Joseph just dropped 2. He say Lamar too competitive tank. I agree 100%. He ain't gonna do it, and I wouldn't want him to do it. I wouldn't want him to do it. I would want him to do it. Lamar is everything. All the Ravens are. The rest of the Ravens might be just break pads. I say they the frame, but they might be break pads. The spoiler air freshener. Well, so everything. The rest of the Ravens are the brake pads. Lamar's everything else, and then we'll say Derrick Henry is the black ice air freshener. We'll say Derrick Henry is the black ice air freshener. I pulled my headphones out laughing at that. We'll say Derrick Henry is the black ice air freshener. Donovan dropped to bet that without Lamar, this current Ravens team is worse than even Jets. Shoot, I ain't gonna go against you now, because we look terrible. I was surprised that we was able to run the ball yesterday, but we're going to get to that. I was surprised we was able to run the ball yesterday. But I will also say, in me looking at those outside zone runs, the Rams didn't completely stack that box like the team prior to that either. The Rams ain't put everybody and their mom in the box and Derek Cooper rush to throw either. So maybe that's why we was able to run it a little bit better. But we also did a few things that was different to help Derek out too. So, you know, and if you haven't seen it, go back and watch. I did 2 videos today about the run game with focusing on Derrick Henry and the O-line. It had some good and some bad in it. Had some good and some bad in it. But I will tell you this, based off watching those, you know, doing those 2 videos, Faalele ain't the worst offensive lineman. Faalele is not the worst offensive lineman. Nah, he ain't quitting. And Marlon, I'll be honest. I initially thought that, but after seeing the way he walked and stuff afterwards, I backtracked on my statement. I initially thought that, but I don't think that anymore. I don't think that anymore. Yeah, I think Voorhees is worse than Faalele. I do. And then honestly, Rose ain't too much better than neither one of them. Rose ain't too much better than neither one of them. So what Derrick Henry has to do behind the offensive line, and then what Lamar has to do behind the offensive line should be cemented in time, because those 2 brothers are awesome despite a turbo offensive line. And you normally need a good offensive line to do anything in the NFL, or at least a competent offensive line. And they're like last year, them boys put up Hall of Fame numbers behind basically the same offensive line. Yeah, right. Ray Keenum did call that man Voorhees yesterday. That was funny. He called that man Voorhees. And Linderbaum be getting beat up too, because he got to deal with thing 1 and thing 2. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna call them. Thing 1 and thing 2. Voorhees and Faalele, thing 1 and thing 2. That's their new name. Thing 1 and thing 2. That's their new name. Let's keep going. All right, these are the offensive grades for yesterday from PFF. Not total offense, not pass blocking, just total offensive grades. Like the best player they said was Voorhees at 86. Bull jive. If you watch them 2 videos I put out today, you'll know this is some bull jive. No, he was not. And maybe they wasn't getting as technical as me. Nope, boom. Second at 75. Bull jive. Bull jive. D-Hop and Henry. Okay, we'll take that. Kolar, we'll take that. Rosengarten at 65. Bull jive. Faalele at 64. No. Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush was bad. But 62 might be bad enough. Linderbaum at 60. And Ronnie Stanley at 54. I mean, if you look at this, if you go by the standards from when I was in school, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 people that passed. The rest had F's. Now, I know some of you younger folks, they took it back to 60. But when I was in school, you had to have 100 or 70 to pass. Now, I know it's 100 to 60 for you young babies, you young pups out there, but this ain't good, man. This ain't good at all. This gets you 3 points, but you dominate on paper. And I've lost faith in Warhop as well. And I don't understand why we do this. Hold on, let me see. Put me up here. Hold on one second. Oh, that's wrong. I don't understand why we do this hugging stuff. This stuff kills me. We go up and hug guys. We don't try to fit inside. We hug guys. And the thing is, I thought it was just a one-off with Falele. No, all them cats doing that. All of them. So they got to be being taught to do that. Got to be. All of them do it. Let's keep rolling. Let's see what Donovan says. Donovan says he dropped 2. He says 77 and Voorhees are the football equivalent. Damn. Golly. At the same time, see, told y'all that evil and good Nitro are here. Evil and good Nitro are here. See, y'all never see them in the same time. Let's keep rolling. Oh, what was that? Hold on. Oh, this one is the pass blocking grade. And I'm lying. This is run blocking. Pass blocking are different. This is run blocking. So according to this, our best run blocker, D-Hop, with 6 snaps. But I'm really focusing on O-line. Voorhees 80. Noteboom 76. Linderbaum 69. No, that's 66. Rosengarten 65. Kolar 64. Falele 62. Ryan Stanley 53. I still don't think this is accurate because from what I saw with Voorhees, he was terrible. Terrible. These numbers are completely skewed. But let's talk about quarterback play. Since Snoop finally got in the fourth quarter, and I think if they would have put Snoop in at halftime, we could have possibly, I ain't gonna say won this game, but had a chance to win it. If they put him in at halftime and let him get the whole second half, I think we have a chance. Because they weren't able to play defense the same way when Snoop went in. They had to play defense a little different. And if we'd had Lamar, we'd have beat some smoke out of them based off what they did. But I feel like if Snoop played the whole second half, they played for them, man. They got loyalty to him. I don't expect nothing different out of them. They played for him. And I respect their opinion for, both of them boys played in the league and something, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could have done in my life, but sometimes you gotta call a spade at some point. And the thing is, it ain't even no shade. Like for me personally, it ain't even no shade to Harbs. I just think he didn't ran his course. Like I don't dislike Harbs. Like I dislike some of the things he do, but Harbs is a Super Bowl winning coach that has probably expired. That the term for that has probably expired. But I just think it's time to move in a different direction. That's it. It ain't no ill will. You want your team to win. That's it. And you have a right to want your team to win simply by buying or going to anything. If you bought any piece of merch, you went to a game, anything that you've done to support that team, you got a right to say something. You probably ain't got no stock in it, but you just spent money to support them, which goes in their pocket. You can say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. And it shouldn't be no, if you get personal, that's different. But when you talk about just the product, it's crazy. You see his hate on you. See, Sleepy John to PSU. yeah. They went from Franklin to Harbs. They gonna like that. They're gonna like that. And then the pipeline gonna get even thicker. It's already a pipeline from PSU to Baltimore. Harbs is gonna get even thicker because I don't think they're gonna get rid of both of them. I just don't think they're gonna get rid of both of them. But back to what's on the screen. Both of them had 21 dropbacks apiece. Cooper Rush had 20 attempts. Snoop had 15. 12 completions to 10. Passing yards, Snoop had 68. Cooper Rush had 89. And keep in mind, all Snoop stats came in the fourth quarter. Cooper Rush's stats are quarters 1, 2, 3. Cooper Rush threw a pick, and Snoop got sacked 4 times. So Snoop getting sacked 4 times was a combination of offensive line play and him trying to hold the ball and push it down the field because of they was down 2 scores. You got to throw the ball down the field. So, it is what it is on that because I don't think those were Snoop's sacks. Those were, okay, I got to stay in this pocket and throw the ball down the field because we down 2 and the offensive line ain't being great. So I don't put any of those sacks on Snoop. And if I look at them closely, maybe, but just off the top of my head, none of those sacks would be accredited to Snoop just being inefficient or just not, doing whatever he needs to do. As far as the run game, these are run stats. Derrick Henry, 127, which is great for him. Great for him. I was so happy we found a way to run the ball with him. So happy we found a way to run the ball with Derrick Henry. Another stat that I liked. Last week, he had no yards before contact. This week, if I'm not mistaken, he had 42. So that's better. And keep in mind, that no yards before contact stat blew my mind. And for those that don't know, that means he had no yards before he got to the line of scrimmage. None. So, he was getting hit before he got to the line of scrimmage on almost every play. Now, granted, he probably had like 1 or 2 runs where he got yards, like before he got contacted. But then there were multiple times where he got hit in the backfield, which takes from that positive that he got. So it ended up being like, honestly, it was like 0.3 something. But still, that's 0. So, which is a wild number. But the fact they was able to find a way to run the ball, I'll give them credit for that. I give them credit for that. You got to mirror or marry some kind of passing concepts with that. And the fact that it was so much outside zone, I loved. Let's keep rolling. Targets for our receivers. Zay with 10 targets. And I didn't even put the stuff in here about Zay. But I'm sure a lot of y'all saw my tweet. And I want to talk about it right now. And y'all let me know if y'all agree with me or disagree with me. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find my tweet, show it to you. I'm gonna see if I can find my tweet. I know some of y'all probably saw it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Well, I know I can find it. Just got to get to it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. All right, this is my tweet. Y'all see that? Let me see. My light went out. Oh, that came back on. See if I can make it a little bigger so y'all can get it. All right, here you go. So this is my tweet. Zay left before the media again. Coward stuff. Agree or disagree, chat? Agree or disagree? This puts, to me, this is no different from what Mark did. And this is the second time doing it this year. This is the second time doing it this year. Rowe did it, coward stuff. If you play bad, and you have a big part in what happened, answer the questions. Lamar does it. Derrick Henry did it. Derrick Henry fumbled 3 straight games. Something he's never done in his life. We saw how distraught Derrick Henry was on the sideline where he threw his helmet and almost tripped over himself. We saw how upset he was. Derrick Henry came in that locker room, put his clothes on, talked to the media. Talk to the media. And somebody made the suggestion like, hey, attentions was probably high. He probably didn't want to say something that he regret and whatever. Man, you're a grown-ass man, dog. You're a grown-ass man. Control your emotions. The press ain't do it. You did it. The press didn't do it. You did it. You didn't do it. I mean, the press didn't do it. You did it. Go up there. Even if you just go up there and say, hey, I messed up. I apologize to my teammates. I'm gonna do better. You ain't got to have a damn term paper, a research paper. It could be a quick statement. You could statement and don't take questions. Or take about 3-4 minutes of questions. Try to explain yourself. Just say you take accountability for, hey, I messed up. I'm going to try to do better next time. Bam, bam, out of there. And honestly, I'm really, I'm cool talking to y'all about it right now, but I really want to say more. But I'm gonna keep it PG. How I feel about this, I really want to say more. I want to go into this part of my name. I can't, no, not that. I want to go into that part of my name. Because if I go back to that, I almost snap. Because this is bull jive to me. This is little kid stuff. And I'm dancing around words so y'all can try to get how I feel about it. This is what? Leadership, accountability, trust. Those are the things you need to have a good football team. I feel like we don't have good leadership. I feel like we don't have accountability. And I don't think the players trust the coaches. That's where we at. Oh, right there. 3 things. Don't have good leadership. For the most part, as a team, we don't take accountability. And then 3, they don't trust the coach. That's why I feel about it. I see Sean drop 5. Let's see what Sean got. Sean says, I would say the hard part is playing on the field, not talking to the press, but that's me. Yeah, the hard part is, you're right, Sean. The hard part is playing on the field. But the thing is, just like last week, last week I was upset with Likely for them pre-snap. Man, say he had pre-snap penalty last week. I forgot about that. Not locked in. Pre-snap penalty last week, 2 fumbles this week. Skill guys should never have pre-snap penalties because you got to watch the ball. You got to look in there and see that ball. When the ball snaps, that's when you go. Skill guys should never have pre-snap penalties. Never. 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 You had that last week. You had 2 fumbles this week. But for those of y'all that say it's cool, I mean, I ain't gonna judge you. That's your opinion. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. That's why I asked y'all to put y'all in the chat section. And again, for those I didn't see everybody's opinion on it now, but I'll see it because I always go back and watch these because I know y'all be having a lot of conversations that I don't see or I can't see when I'm doing multiple things. But I always go back and watch the chat to see if somebody says something that I just a good conversation piece or whatnot. But let me get this off. Oh, this goes with it as well. This one right here. Anybody know what that's from? And this tweet was a direct reply to myself from the tweet previous before it. This second tweet. But all right, I'm off my soapbox. Sorry. Off my soapbox. Yeah, that was a Sports Center jingle from my phone, Will. Let's see what's going on. What's going on ESPN? A pair of underrated QBs I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. All right, let's see. Cole Rain, Carl John and Coward. Hey, he is. He is. All right. Make moves. Make moves. All right. Tongue ain't bit for nobody. Tongue ain't bit for nobody. Tongue ain't bit for nobody. It is what it is. But and the thing is, I ain't one of the cats, I ain't one of these internet cats that will say something on here and won't say it to them. Because I'm gonna always have context with mine. Like if me and Zay had a conversation about that, I would tell him why I said that. For the same reason I told you that. I mean, it ain't gonna be no like I'm trying to fight him or no shit like that. Cause I like the kid. But I think I don't agree with that. And it's everybody's right to have disagreements. It's everybody's right to have disagreements. I'm laughing at kids, but it's everybody right to have disagreements, and that's what good conversation piece is about, especially when you talk about sports. Because I mean, the greatest sports thing right now is an opinion. Michael Jordan or LeBron. People don't agree on that, but it's one of the greatest debates out there. Something we'll never know the real answer to, because it's impossible to know. But you know, everything had context. I wouldn't just talk about nobody just to talk about them. I wouldn't just do that. I wouldn't do that. But again, I ain't no punk that I'm gonna cower down to somebody try to check me either. I put my pants on just like them. Here's what it is. Oh, but talk. We've spoken talking targets 5 minutes ago. I ain't got all off the subject. All off the subject. But Zay had 10 targets. Mark had 7. Justice Hill had 6. This is why I put this up here. I'm tired of Justice Hill getting more targets than our skill guys. This is why I put it. Justice Hill got 6 targets. And nothing wrong with Justice Hill. He catches the ball in the backfield fine. He caught 5 of 6 targets. But I need D-Hop to get more targets. I need Likely to get more targets. I need Bateman to get one freaking target, man. And he's probably the only on-time receiver we got, which is what Cooper Rush needs. And he got 1 target. Donovan dropped 5. He says Harbs won the Boy Scouts, and that's what they got. It's not the players' fault they soft when the team is designed and built. Big ups. Big ups. The last dogs he had, got rid of them. Ray retired. Got rid of Ed. Juice Man. I don't know how Steve Smith stayed that long. I don't know how Steve Smith stayed that long. Come to find out, there was a mutiny in 2008 on top of the one that happened in 2012. So, Pollard, yep. Pollard was one of them. Let's see, what Stunt say? Where'd it go? It's EDC's time to shine. Coach, what's the surprise player? I Stunt. Until we win games, we are sellers, in my opinion. Until we win games, we are sellers. As far as us picking up folks and whatnot, why would a 1-5 team pick up somebody? Until we win some games, we are sellers, to me. Mush Muhammad, okay, I don't know the backstory on that one. I don't know the backstory on that one. I'm gonna have to get the backstory on that one, because I just know Steve Smith, how his demeanor is based off of the type of players Harbs wanted. That's what I'm saying. That seemed like that was destined to clash. To me, it seems like that. Seems like that. But pass blocking, I put this out last night. I even think this is my picture that they used on the vault today. They was talking about, I think Sarah used this on the vault today. This is the pass blocking grades for everybody. Yesterday, No Boom was terrible. Terrible. Gave up 5 pressures. Terrible. At this point, if we're going to get numbers like this out of No Boom, put Carson Benson out there. If we're going to get numbers like this from No Boom, put Carson Benson out there. Oh, and then I was talking about in Baltimore. Okay. I was talking about Baltimore. Let's see. YNG Brew dropped 10. He says, Coach, if you can find where Monken said that is real. Let me see. Hold on. If you can find where Monken said that it's really Lamar making the offense go, that tells you. Well, I ain't gonna say he got no clue how to call plays. Because even them first 3 games, we scored 40, 41, and 37 or something like that. So he knows he can call plays. But what y'all don't understand is, and when your offensive line, and I'm just gonna speak strictly from the offensive side because that's what I coached, and my last year coaching, I'm telling you, I went through this with the offensive line. I'm telling you, if your offensive line ain't cracking on nothing, ain't much you can call. Because you really want to run the ball, make people play toward the line of scrimmage, and then try to throw it over their head or whatnot. That's what you really want to do. And when your offensive line ain't blocking worth a flip, when you got 2.5 offensive linemen out there, it's tough. It is extremely hard because in your mind, you got this game plan and you got plays that should work based off the alignment of the defense, and it don't work because somebody can't win a one-on-one, or it don't work because somebody can't get their head across, or it don't work because somebody don't get their hands inside and drive, or it don't work because they let a double team, somebody let a defensive lineman split a double team. Or you call a pass play and they supposed to slide right, one dude slide left, then they get a free runner. When your offensive line is terrible, your play call is going to look terrible. It's just that simple. When your offensive line is terrible, your play call is going to look terrible. Ask any coach that you know, any one of them. Maybe Pee Wee coaches may not know that. But high school on up, if your offensive line is terrible, it's going to be tough calling plays unless you got a special individual. And we got a special individual. Actually, I think we got 2 special individuals. But when they ain't playing, trash. 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 The offensive line is the problem. And then the thing is, we complain about the offensive line right now. This has been the issue beforehand because last year we refused to go get anybody. EDC said, we're going to take bumps last year because we got a young offensive line and we'll be better next year. We was better last year. The offensive line played better last year. In what should have been the rebuilding year, so to speak. They played better last year. Let's see. Brew dropped another one. He says we haven't seen 40 at all. We averaged 37 with Lamar in and 6. I think Nitro said 6.5 since Lamar been out. We ain't sniffed 14, I don't think. We ain't sniffed 14 yet since he been out. Since he been out fully. I forgot what this was. Let me see what this is. Hold on. I gotta check my notes. Oh, I ain't mean to show y'all my notes though. Didn't mean to show y'all my notes. Oh, these are run concepts. All right, these are run concepts. Right here. Let me blow this up a little bit. Move it over. All right. So out of the 36 run plays yesterday, 58% or 21 of them was outside zone. Now, if y'all been rocking with me for the past 2 years, since we got Derrick Henry, I've been screaming, outside zone should be our go-to run. Outside zone should be our jab. And we should throw that jab and throw that jab and throw that jab until they realize they can't do nothing with it. Yesterday was the first day we threw that jab all game. Well, until the fourth quarter. Yesterday was the first time we threw that jab like we should have. Now the thing is, you got to have plays off of it. Now, this is where Todd comes in at. You got to have multiple things off of outside zone. Like early in the game, and I'll show you where he kind of adjusted a little bit yesterday. Early in the game, he was running outside zone with the quarterback naked boot. The Rams didn't give a flying you know what about that naked boot. They were just sending that backside in, and he was going down there trying to make plays. Well, later on, we started sending Isaiah Likely cross. We started sending Zay Flowers cross. And so that would hold the backside linebacker just long enough to see if, something was coming, and then Derrick can get his runs off. Then, when Snoop came into the game, Snoop was able to hold the backside people by himself because he can run. So there's a play in on the video that I did earlier where I think it was inside zone, and Snoop faked the handoff. But he faked the handoff. He held the backside end and one of the linebackers. And on the front side, we had a hat on a hat. Even though both guards got their butt whooped, Derrick Henry was able to make a jump cut and go get about 12, 14 yards. Crazy. Crazy. And this happened all game, Chaos. That man stayed on the ground all game long. All game long. Sebastian asked me to count it, but I just said a lie. I couldn't count it. It was too many to name. Too many to name. Backfield. This is part of the problem. Part of the problem. Personnel. Look at this. When Derrick Henry's in the game, 25% pass. Justice Hill, almost 80% pass. That until Derrick Henry do this, don't take him out. Don't take him out. Until he tap in and say, come get me, don't take him out. Don't. He can pass pro well enough. He can catch the ball well enough. Now, if you're going to run some kind of running back seam or running back corner, understandable. But if just for check downs, stop taking Derrick out. Unless he say, I'm tired, I need to come out. Check downs, Derrick can catch him. Check routes, Derrick can catch him. Flat routes, Derrick can catch him. Now, if it's some kind of nuance, backfield, curl, corner, post, some crap I ain't never heard of, that's different. That's different. But don't take Derrick out till he tap out. At all. That's just my opinion. Don't take him out. This is the drives. So yesterday, we had 9 drives. 8.7 plays per drive. The scoring percentage on our drives, 11. That means we were 1 out of 9 on our scoring. That's why that 11 come from. We was 1 for 9. We was 1 for 9. Field goal, 11% because that one drive we got a field goal. Touchdown percentage on our drives, 0. 0. 0. We punted one time because we went for it a couple times on 4th down. Didn't get it. Then you had 2 fumbles. And I think you had an interception as well, too. You had an interception as well. Turnovers on 1/3 of our drives. And those are the turnovers. We had 1 interception and 2 fumbles. Offensive success rate. 24% of our plays were successful. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. And defensively for them, 47% of their plays were successful. Just crazy. Crazy. Crazy numbers. All right. This is, I throw a little graphic in there on this one. Hold on 1 second. There we go. All right, this is the hit chart. All right, this is the offensive hit chart. And this is on outside zone only. This is where outside zone hit in the game. And we know outside zone is supposed to go off tackle in the tackle area, but because the way the defense flows and the way the blocking happens, it can hit anywhere. And for the most part, these outside runs of Derrick Henry and whoever had the one extra run, they hit A gap. And who's in A gap? Guard, center, guard. That's why we got to get stronger. That's why we got to get better play at the guard center guard combination. Because even though you run an outside zone, the way the defense flow and the cutbacks are so prevalent, you got to be strong up front. You got to. And we are weak at guard center guard. We weak at guard center guard. Tez, Gold, Jacket, Walker just dropped 5. Appreciate it, Tez. Tez need to be on the field too. Isn't part of the reason Justice has all those targets versus the wide receivers because the O-line. Well, yeah, Tez, yeah. Part of it is, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because by the time the quarterback get the ball and get to the top of their drops, most of the time it's some pressure coming. So yeah, you're right about that, Tez. You are right about that. Part of it is the fact that the O-line is bad. You got to get rid of it quick. So yes. Perfect point. Good point. We had another 5 from, let's see, from Cole Rain. He says, John said, John said on the push twice with Mark, the O-line was physical enough to get it. Do you agree? No. Even on the one we got, I don't agree. Because this is what you need to have a good tush push. Your guards need to be strong. And you need to have somebody with powerful leg drive. Two quarterbacks that come to mind when I think of powerful leg drive: Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. That's why I don't think every quarterback can do tush push. So I understand the concept of trying to get a stronger body back there to do it. But just like when Cordell asked the question today, like Cordell asked the question about this tush push. He asked about Derrick Henry. He was like, Derrick ain't taking snaps, and that would be different. Oh, Sean gifted subs. Thank you, Sean. Sean gifted five gifted. Appreciate it, Sean. Appreciate it. If you got a gifted from Sean, say thank you. Appreciate you, Sean. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But Cortez asked the question, like, use Derrick for tush push, whatever. And John was like, Derrick ain't never took snaps on the center thing, which is true. But we've seen Derrick take shotgun snaps and run just inside zone, like with a lead blocker. We've seen him run ISO out of shotgun. We've seen him run outside zone from the shotgun with catching just running. We've also seen him go to the line like he finna stuff it up in there and throw the ball. None of those were options. None of those were options. And another thing, why are we pulling people at the goal line? Run duo. Run some kind of man concept. Because when you pull people, you give them the opportunity to shoot gaps. And with the way the Rams was slanting with them young bucks they got, they was blowing all them gaps up. Why pull? Just go straight forward. If they stop you straight forward, fine. Fine. Or run the play that you was getting yards on outside zone. Simple, man. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. But again, you need to be strong up the middle, especially with a hit chart like this. Left A and then right A, 13 of the 21 carries. On the left side, it never got outside. Never. So it never got to no boom, never got to Ronnie Stanley. Never. Never. So let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Coverage stats. Like let me see, what's his name? What's the quarterback name? Matt Stafford was probably the best quarterback in football, numbers wise, before yesterday. So we did a decent job. They dropped a lot of balls too. They dropped a lot of balls too. So let me push back on that a little bit. They dropped a lot of balls too. But these are the coverage numbers. I ain't gonna go through them too much. If you want them, you can kind of screenshot them and put them out there. But look at the bottom down now. This guy's having a rough time. And I ain't gonna call him no bus. I ain't calling him no bus, but he's having a rough time right now. Yeah, it's a lot going on for him. It's a lot going on for him. And like I said, I ain't calling no bus. Was he the right pick? I don't know. But versatility-wise, yes, but production just ain't happening. Don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I also have an issue with, and I don't know how many times this happened. But let's stop dropping Mike Green. Let's not drop Travis Jones. Why like these three right in the middle? Travis Jones, Brent Urban, John Jenkins should not be dropping at all. Never. Never, ever. Never, ever. Never. 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 And I understand Mike Pierce got an interception last year off that. His big butt never should have been dropping either. Sorry. Glad he got it. It was funny. It was cool. But them big guys should never be dropping. You find another way to do your sim pressures and stuff. Don't drop the defensive tackles. Because if they don't scare off the initial hot route, they serve no purpose. It serves no purpose. You don't see Travis Jones on the field because he gets double teamed all the time. And people think Travis Jones is supposed to beat double teams and go make plays. This man gets double teamed almost all the time. Almost all the time. So the linebackers got to do their job. But I think the linebackers played decent yesterday. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and look at the all 22 when we finish this, but I think the linebackers played decent yesterday. I think they did. oh, Chris about to get him. Chris finna get him. Chris about to get him. Yeah, Jay, Chris finna get you. Chris finna get you. These are the coverages that we played yesterday, and we basically gave Matthew Stafford cover 3 all game, and they will play action and they hit the little end routes right behind the linebackers. That's when they got on track. They was hitting end routes behind linebackers off play action. And we played cover 3 most of the game. 53 reps, 19 of them was cover 3. 19 of them was cover 3. Coach, I gotta stop listening because if I see no, bro, no, it ain't that serious. No. Just verbally get him. That's all. Just verbally get him. Don't. It ain't. We got. It ain't. Nah, it ain't like that. You know, it ain't like that. Just verbally get him. Verbally spit hot fire. Verbally spit hot fire. Let's keep rolling. Personnel again. Y'all know I'm big on like what personnel we have versus the defense. And for the most part, like we were in nickel almost 80%. They still consider base 3 defensive linemen, 2 defensive ends, 2 linebackers. That's still considered that base. But we ain't been a base team damn that since Raiden left. We are a nickel team, and we play 2 defensive linemen, 2 defensive ends, 2 linebackers, 5 DBs. We are a nickel team. Nickel is our base. And the chart tells you that green is nickel. The blue, let me see, what's the pink one? 2-4-5, which is almost the same thing. 2-4-5 is 2 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, which you can consider the defensive ends or outside linebackers, and that's basically the same thing. So for the most part, that's what we in. 2 defensive linemen, 2 outside linebackers / defensive ends, 2 linebackers. Now we're gonna end on this right here. Hold on. I listened to this on the way to work, and I found it very interesting. So I'll play parts of it, then I'll pause it. But this was I thought a great conversation, especially once Chris Canty got to going. But let's go ahead and get it started. Question to the chat. What is saving the season to you? Oh, no sound? No sound? Okay, hold on. Let me fix it for you. Let me fix it. So make sure that's in my ear. Make sure that's in my ear. Make sure the volume is up. The volume's at 75. Let me take it off. I'm going to take it off and put it back. Remove. Let's see. Let me stop that. Give me 1 second. Let me back up then. See if you give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Bringing him back so quickly, is it better off just kind of letting him rest still, Smalls?
Well, what's saving the season? Getting to the playoffs?
So, could y'all hear that? See, I'm waiting to see if y'all can hear that. Okay, better. All right, so again, ask the question. What is saving the season to you guys? Is it playoffs? Is it Super Bowl? Is it having a decent record? This man says successful top 10 pick. What's saving the season to you guys? Super Bowl. Season saved if we fire Harbs. Keep Lamar from getting hurt. Which we not already failed then, unless you mean hurt again. Successful if we get a top 5 pick. To start getting rid of complacency. Even if the adjustments don't work, at least we can say they tried. Otherwise, just give a reason for players to stay and win it all. That's cool. AFC Championship game, okay. Firing hard. So the consensus is it's all over the place, honestly. for what people want. It's all over the place, but let's keep going.
Well, this was a team before this season. There were two teams that we sat here and we debated, do we care about their regular season? As a compliment, do we care about their regular season? The Ravens and the Bills. And I believe, Smalls, you said, no, I don't care about either one of their regular seasons.
I don't.
Wake me up for these two teams in January and let me see what they do either against each other or against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Correct.
Yeah, they're trending towards draft picks right now.
Yes. Well, only 4 teams in NFL history have managed to make the playoffs after a 1-5 start. Now, those previous teams.
4 teams that have been in the history of the NFL have been in the situation we in and have made the playoffs. 4. And how old NFL? 100-something years?
had a shorter season, so the Ravens have a little bit longer of a runway. But I bring up that stat to emphasize how improbable it is that this Ravens team is going to be able to turn it around. They have dug themselves in a very significant hole. And yes, injuries are a huge part of that. But it's beyond that for me. They just look so disjointed. This thing has spiraled downward so quickly. And even though getting your 2-time MVP back at quarterback will help things, they weren't winning games when Lamar was out there.
Exactly. We weren't winning games when Lamar was out there. So what? What?
Either. So do I think Lamar Jackson can save this season? I do not.
Yeah, saving the season means this team being able to contend at a championship level, and there's no chance in hell that they're going to be able to do that.
Question for the chat again before I continue. And a simple yes or no question. Simple yes or no question. Can we still make the playoffs at 1-5? Can we still make the playoffs at 1-5? Ooh, comments jumped up that in, boy. Got no. John got a guzzle. Hey, Blackula. He was two-handing the owner, boy. He was two-handing the owner at the press conference. Y'all didn't hear it? John was two-handing the owner. Two-fisting or whatever the term is. I almost wanted to put in the chat, don't forget the balls, John. Almost. It's crazy.
So what does that then
I said
say
this
about
weeks
your
ago.
former
I said with Lamar Jackson poised to sit out and
Oh, here it is. I thought I had saw. Oh, I knew I saw it somewhere. Without Lamar, 6.5. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. 6.5 points without Lamar. 6 turnovers. I think 4 interceptions by Cooper Rush, fumble by Zay, and a fumble by Cooper Rush. Those are the turnovers. Let's keep rolling.
till after the bye week. If the Ravens go into the bye week at 1-5, they're done. I'm not sure that the players in Baltimore are going to come back from the bye week. They're going to use the bye week as a jump start on trying to plan their vacation plans. Guys are going to start making arrangements to ship the cars home. That's how these types of things go.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you have less than a 1% chance of being able to make the playoffs, and even if you do,
1%.
None of the teams that started out 1-5 that actually got to the postseason won a playoff game. They were all one and done. So in terms of what the objective was coming into the season, the Ravens are a far cry from that. And now this is the type of season that tests John Harbaugh and his leadership and the players' belief in his overall program as this organization tries to function forward.
Now, and that's what I'm with Canty. I don't think they trust him anymore. I don't think the players believe in him. I don't think they believe in his philosophy. I think that old school train of thought, that old school thinking of Like these kids different. And these kids, I'm talking about young NFL players too. You can't just tell them to do something because you're the coach. They got to know why. And they got to know how it relates to what they doing. That's why Mike Macdonald was so good, because he put the why on everything for all the defensive players. He didn't just say you got deep middle. He told them why they had deep middle and how it affects the whole defense. He didn't just tell the defensive end why you dropping back on this play. He told them why you dropping back on this play and what should happen, what may happen when you do it right. It wasn't just spot drop. Why? Just because I said so. That's what you need to be. He had why. He made everybody learn everybody's responsibility. Now, I don't know if Orr is still doing that, but we know Mike was doing it because everybody talked about it. And we saw the success once they got on the same page. I just don't think they believe in the voice no more. I think like when he be talking, they be like, man, just shut up so we can go. I feel like when he be talking like in team meetings and stuff like that, man, just be quiet so we can go to these position meetings, or just be quiet so we can leave or whatever. That's what I think be in the back of their head. Because if you notice, a lot of the times, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, because I ain't gonna say I'm right all the time. A lot of times when we have them end of the game, like he be like calling out stats and game balls and stuff like that, any player with significance be in the back. So when he called Lamar out, you had to wait damn near a minute for Lamar to make his way to the front. The young cats be up in the front because obviously they green or whatnot. But any player of significance other than Marlon, he got to call him front and back. Crazy.
I don't know what happens in Baltimore. You just hope that pride and professionalism are what wins the day, because ultimately when it comes to this team's goals of being able to win the AFC North and being able to get to the playoffs start to dwindle.
So if you were to spin it positively, let's say you're sitting there.
All right, now he about to try to spin it positively, which is, and what he finna say, it makes sense because it could happen, but there is zero room for error if this happens. If what this man is about to say comes true, there is zero room for error, and that's a lot of pressure to play under.
In Baltimore today, and your former boss, Steve Bisciotti, the owner of the team, and Eric DeCosta, the general manager, and John Harbaugh, and I'm sure if they're smart, they go and call Ozzie Newsome and say, okay, what any ideas for us? They spin it positively. Here's the spin. Well, you got the Bears. The Bears are better than the Ravens right now, but they could argue, hey, we should win that. All right, that's 2-5. At the Dolphins, that's a bye, but you get a win for that, so that's 3-5. At the Vikings, they can make the argument 4-5. At the Browns, 5-5. Home against the Jets, easy, 6-5.
Is it easy?
Right. Is it easy?
If you're spinning it positively as them, not if you're being analytical like us right now, right?
Yeah, but the Jets have a worse record, certainly. But I think they're probably looking at the Ravens right now and saying that's easy for us too.
Right.
100%. But
like that's what I'm saying. We talking about going to get people. We 1-5. We sellers until we win games. Now, if we win these next two, okay, hey, let's try to do something. But don't make moves at 1-5, because then you leverage the good picks that you in line to get. Win some games first, get out of the number 2 spot, then make you some moves to try to go and do whatever. But if you 1-5, then 1-6, don't make no moves, because you're gonna waste the good draft placement that you got, which is stupid to me. You are what your record says you are, no matter what the paper says.
When Lamar comes back, everything's different in theory. Then you have the Bengals on Sunday Night Football. Then you have the Steelers. Then you have the Bengals again on the road. Then home against the Patriots. Then
right now we the homecoming team. At
the Packers, at the Steelers. The problem is those last 2 games, you're not winning.
I struggle to assign wins to a team that's 1-5.
Thank you. That statement right there made my day. I struggle to assign wins to a team that's 1-5. And I'll go back. Let you hear it.
Steelers. Then you have the Bengals again on the road. Then home against the Patriots. Then at the Packers, at the Steelers. The problem is those last 2 games, you're not winning.
I struggle to assign wins to a team that's 1-5. I'm certainly going to struggle to assign 5 or 6 consecutive wins to a team that's 1-5.
But that
right. You were 1-3 or 1-2, whatever it was, with probably the best quarterback in the league, or one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Now you're finna run out 5 straight. because some magic potion is changed? I got to see it. I got to see it first.
I'm glad you said it that way. That is literally what it will take for John Harbaugh to be right about what he said. Hey, we're going to get this thing back on track. You need to win 5 or 6 straight. But let's go back
with that defense.
Right.
You say with that defense?
That's what I'm saying.
Please.
Like, that's
not happening.
That's the problem. So let's go back to what you said. This season is going to test John Harbaugh's leadership. Some could sit there and say, well, the guy has won a Super Bowl. The guy's been in the playoffs every year. The guy totally revamped the team around Lamar Jackson in a great way.
What's the shelf life around a Super Bowl?
Thank you. That is the $1 million question. What's the shelf life of you winning the Super Bowl? Talk to him, Candy. Talk to him, Candy.
Yeah. Some could sit there and say, well, the guy has won a Super Bowl. The guy's been in the playoffs every year. The guy totally revamped the team around Lamar Jackson in a great way.
What's the shelf life around a Super Bowl?
You tell me.
I don't know. I don't know. But that Super Bowl was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
It was
2012.
2012. It's 2025.
I saw a kid that interviewed Ing Raven. I think Ing Raven went to the game. I saw a kid that interviewed him. Kid said he'll be 21 next week or next month or something like that. Say John's been a coach since he was 3. This entire kid's schooling, John Harbaugh has been the coach. 1 Super Bowl. That was crazy. The kid said he'll be 21 next week or next month or whatever he said. He said John Harbaugh has been a coach since he was 3. Since he goo gaga. Come on, dog. Too many examples of coaches going other places or you bringing in coaches and them being successful. Eagles, Chiefs. It's multiple. Hey, look at the Chargers. Jim in year 2.
I don't know. I don't know why we want to assign that to John Harbaugh. I mean, the NFL has completely turned over. The game is completely different. This generation of athlete is completely different. I'm just not sure that John Harbaugh remains the best option to lead the Baltimore Ravens forward. Here's the thing. I have a bank full of respect for Harbs. I think he is a fantastic coach. But sometimes the message grows stale within the organization. And I know that organizations turn over players, but in terms of the people that have...
And pivoting a little bit, I think that's why some people give Tomlin grace. Because he ain't had a quarterback since Ben. He ain't had a real quarterback since Ben. We done had Lamar. We done had a good Lamar since 2019.
Have to do their jobs on a day-to-day basis, folks that have been within the organization for years, decades on end, the scouting staff, the support staff, all the head coach sets the agenda for everybody. And you just wonder whether or not John Harbaugh's method, John Harbaugh's voice, John Harbaugh's approach has grown stale within that franchise.
Has his voice grown stale? That's the question I'll end with. Has Harbaugh's voice in the locker room, in the meeting rooms, in the building itself, has Harbaugh's voice grown stale? I'll leave y'all with that. Is Harbs is like what is it? Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Like the video, subscribe if you've not done so, and we'll let Urban take us out. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the super chats too as well. Joseph Burton, Donovan. I'll go through them. Joseph Burton, Donovan again, Brew, Sean. I'm at. Let's see. Sean again, Cole Rain, Donovan again, Brew again, Sean again, Tez, Cole Rain again, Sean gifted subs. Brew with the 15. Sean gives another one. Sean gives it one more. And then we end it with Donovan. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. This is normally the sipper show, and I didn't have nothing to sip, so.